Okay, there we go. Welcome to the Tuesday at 10 Zoom meeting. And to start out with, do some updates for NAR, MIBOR, IAR, Realty World. So here's the updates that I have. Last week was the next NXT conference that's hosted by NAR. And there were some interesting things said during that conference by the CEO of Compass Realty. Now, Compass Realty is the company that is would like to do away with the clear cooperation policy, but they do like the no commingling policy. At any rate, the CEO of that company made the statement that Zillow will be the next, will become a national MLS. And it's only a matter of time before Zillow becomes a national MLS. So now the CEO for Zillow was fairly quiet. And, Zillow has maintained always that they're agent centric and that they have no willingness to cut the agent out of the deal. And they, but I think they're against the no commingling rule. They'd like to see that go away. But they're for clear cooperation. So, NAR clear cooperation policy. So it's interesting because I think that what Compass would like to do is they would like to be the national MLS only for them, and do away with NAR, and they would be the national MLS only for their agents. Zillow, I think, would like to do away with NAR and become the national MLS for all agents, and you would pay fees to them. So ultimately, I think all the companies out there, all these aggregators and websites out there, Houseo, wherever homes.com, I think they all, if they thought they could get away with it, they would do all the business online and cut realtors out of the equation completely. So we need to just recognize that these large websites and large aggregators and people of that sort, they're not our friends. And so we just want to be aware of what they're doing, keep our eyes open. That would be a way down the line for Zillow to be the next national MLS. But it's interesting that that discussion was brought up at a NAR conference. Whereas if anyone should be a national MLS, shouldn't it be the National Association of Realtors? So there you go. On the home front, Indiana Association of Realtors, nothing new to report there. That they don't really have anything going on right now that's urgent. There is from my board though, there's a couple of scam warnings out there. There's always someone out there that wants to scam us, and so there's scams running out there. So for instance, and I ran into this guy myself personally. A crypto scam targeting realtors has been reported to professional services. The individual posing as a prospective buyer contacts a member directly or through a trusted lead generation site, like your own site. The buyer may agree to sign a buyer agency agreement and provide a proof of funds statement. When the relationship is established, the buyer offers an opportunity to invest in their cryptocurrency platform. They promise incredible returns, as much as 100% in as little as 24 to 96 hours. Initially, the individual may present returns which appear to be legitimate as a way to gain trust, and the agent is then encouraged to send more and more money. If you suspect a cryptocurrency scam, report it to the appropriate authorities and MIBOR. So just so you know, that they're out there trying to scam us. There are some recent scams. And so there's a suspicious buyer alert. MIBOR has received reports of a man impersonating a Colts player who's attempting to purchase a property or is giving the impression he wants to purchase a property. He drives a black Toyota Camry with Alabama plates. It is best practice to obtain a buyer's pre-approval letter or proof of funds at the earliest opportunity and verify the information with the lender or mortgage company. All members should be aware of this concern. However, the reports MIBOR has received indicate this individual may have a possible preference for female agents who are newer to the industry. If you've been contacted by this individual, please report it. So there you go. There are people out there. There's another one. Do you guys read these warnings? Maybe I'm giving you old information.
Yeah, I read it.
I see them on the bulletin thing.
Good, good. So we want to watch out to these guys, for these guys. All of you last night received a lead asking you if you're a realtor, and from Ronston Williams 16, and it came through your website, so you got the notification through Bold Trail. It's obviously a scam. From the standpoint that he sent the same question to every single one of our agents on our website, including me. And he's asking if we're a realtor on a real estate website where it clearly identifies we're a realtor. So what he's trying to do is establish a conversation, and he may well be the scammer that's the cryptocurrency guy. So just beware, when you get people coming in that say they're coming in from out of state and they want to buy $1 million property and things of that sort, just beware, because, a lot of times those guys are just scams. They want to try to get personal information from you, or they want to try to talk into a cryptocurrency thing. Who knows what their scam is, but generally, if it sounds too good to be true, it is. And those people will even sign, like I've had a couple of those guys try that scam on me, and they typically want to communicate through WhatsApp. That's their preferred platform for texting, and they'll email you, and then they'll say, I prefer to communicate on WhatsApp because I'm on my computer all the time, stuff like that. They think that WhatsApp is secure, which it is. It's secure from hackers, but any of the information on there that you see, you could send to anybody else. So I
just had that yesterday, Jim. Actually, a guy that, WhatsApp only.
Yep.
Yep. It was a lead supposedly for, he wanted to buy something between $2 and $3 million.
Oh, yes.
Fabulous.
Yes. And then he'll string you on. So, what I did with this scammer, I just kind of strung him on for a while. I said, hey, great. I'd be glad to work with you. In order to work with you, I'm required by law to get a buyer agency contract signed. And so I'm going to send that over to you. I charge 2% at closing for a closed transaction, and I require a $1,500
Shut off the video.
what do you call it?
Like a retainer fee?
Retainer fee. I require a $1,500 retainer fee for out-of-town clients because I've had a lot of people contact me from out of town and they never buy anything. And I can't work
Stop
for
also right here.
free, so I'm sure
Again.
you'll understand.
He just
I
popped
can't
up.
begin to work
That's
for you
okay.
until I get the $1,500.
And he wasn't there
Retainer
when I
fee.
didn't, when I had the
So I'll
audio.
send that over to
Video.
you for signature. Well, I had one guy, he actually signed it. You know, I sent it to him via DocuSign. He actually signed it. But then he never sent the $1,500. And when I called him on it, you know, in the meantime, he was communicating back and forth with me. And when I called him on it, then he went dark on me. So these guys are out there, and just realize that, you know, they're just trying to scam you. If you want to lead them on for a while, that's okay. But generally, if it sounds, yeah, that's their whole game. They want to sound too good to be true, because then you'll want that business. You know, they know that real estate agents are hungry for business, and they would love to have $1 million buyer, and so they can string you on pretty good with that type thing. So just beware that they're out there, and I guess they got time on their hands. I
The
don't.
the guy that showed up as a lead for all of us,
Yes.
that guy, of course, I responded back to him. He actually is looking to like work on your website, like your search,
Uh-huh.
Google criteria. So he's trying to drum up
Yeah,
clients.
you know, why these people, I get that too, and why these people think that you're going to be receptive to somebody who's spamming you as trying to sell you something. It shows that they really don't have an understanding of sales and human nature. I mean, why would you want to start off on the negative by filling out information that you're a contact? And then asking a stupid question like, are you a realtor? Well, what's my website say? Of course I'm a realtor. So, okay. Well, enough on the scams. Mark your calendars, put it down now for March 20th. March 20th, we will have a group meeting, conference room 1 here in the Fisher's office suites. If anyone would like to invite a guest, let me know. No lenders. We had the lender roundtable the last meeting. If you know an appraiser, that would be somebody good to invite to our meeting. If you know a good home inspection company, that might be somebody good to invite, or a good home warranty company that you use.
I have a, unfortunately, I think I'm out of town that day. I'll double check, but I have a home warranty lady that is begging me to do our lunch and learn.
Uh-huh.
In the correspondence of denying a simple claim for us, we're back and forth on about 8 emails, and she's very nice. And denying our claim, wants to do a lunch and learn.
That's interesting. So you wouldn't necessarily recommend them.
No, I mean, she's as good as anybody else. All they do is deny claims. That's how they make money. But
he wants to get her to lunch and learn so she'll approve the claim. That's what he's
yes,
after.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But she's good though. Lauren Cran or whatever her name is.
Oh, I've seen.
She does answer the phone. I'll give her that. Like if you call her, she does answer. So
Well, that's good. I see her online periodically.
but she'd be glad to do one if you want that home warranty company.
Okay.
So, Jim, that is the opening day for the NCAA basketball tournament. So we could just watch basketball.
Blake's making a good point.
Good idea, Blake.
That could be our guest is a TV with basketball on.
Okay. Are you saying you want it on a different day?
No, I'll come if you have it that day. I was just clarifying that it was that day.
Okay. Well, I try to do it, so that it's not the last week of the month, because I know the last week of the month you're bound or likely to have closings occurring. So I try to get it where I figure most people can attend. So I try to do the last Thursday or the second to last Thursday in the month is when I try to do it typically.
Well,
So,
I'd be there despite basketball, so you can still have
okay.
it that day.
Okay, that's good, Blake. And Linda, will you be there despite basketball?
Unless Butler is playing
Yes.
exactly at 11:30.
That's
So
true. If
I,
Butler makes it
I,
into the tournament somehow, and that's
yeah,
when they're playing, then I would probably not be there.
yeah.
All right, well, let me know and I'll postpone if that happens.
Those chances are real low. Butler's not playing great. They'd have to win their conference tournament for that
Yeah.
to happen.
I'm good. Notre Dame is definitely out.
Okay.
Yeah.
They could win their conference tournament too.
No, they can't.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, what's going on in real estate? That's the next topic of discussion here. So I want to talk about that. And let me get set up here. All right. I'm going to share my screen if I can. All right. How am I going to do that? All right. I guess. Okay. You should be seeing my screen now. And on the screen, you should see the infographic for MyBoard.
Yep.
Is that what everybody's seeing? Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
So this is kind of interesting to look at. We're going to take a look at Carmel first, Clay Township, Hamilton County, single family residences. Median sales price is 525,000, which is actually down over a year ago. So compared to the prior year, it's down by 10.1%. And in terms of the prior month, it's also down by 12.5%. So that's kind of interesting in terms of the median sales price. Number of units sold in January was 54 units, or I guess no, I'm sorry, this is in February. Number of units sold was 54 units in Carmel, which is down 10% from a year ago, and down 6.9% from the previous month. So generally, you hope to see sales increasing as you go through. So January is usually better than December. February is usually better than January, and so on. And we're not seeing that. Actually, January was kind of down from December, and now February is down from down from January. So that's not really a good sign for us. Active inventory is also down, so that might be why there's less sales. It's down by 3.9% over a year ago, and it's up 17% from last month though. So in January to February, inventory increased, but unit sales went down. You have 5 median days on market, so it's still a hot market, still a seller's market. There were 69 new listings on the market, which is down 21% year over year. And the sold price per square foot is $206 per square foot, and that's up. So that's the story for Clay Township. Now let's take a look at Fishers. And so we'll look at Delaware Township and Fall Creek Township. That brings us into Fishers. Their median sales price is $450,000, which is quite a bit less than Carmel, and it's up year over year, and month over month it's up just slightly. So kind of a different story in Fishers, where we're seeing an uptrend in Fishers. There were units sold was 99, which is 50% up from a year ago. 114 active inventory, 12 days, median days on market, sold price per square foot, $164. So you can see that Fishers is right now is a stronger real estate market than Carmel and more affordable. So that's what's going on with Fishers. So let's take a look at Noblesville. That's Noblesville Township, right? All right. So in Noblesville Township, we've got a median sale price of $409,900. Again, that's up 13% from a year ago. And let's see how it looks for the prior month. Down a little bit from January, as far as month over month. Units sold is down year over year, 61. And let's see, month over month, it's up over January. So it's kind of like what we would expect February to be a little stronger than January. And then we have active inventory of 78 units, 13 median days on market. So 1 day longer median days on market than Fishers. New listing 77, sold price per square foot 163. So Noblesville's another strong market for real estate. Let's see, Westfield. What's the township in Westfield? Is that Washington Township for Westfield?
Yes.
Chime in, you Westfieldians. I think that's Washington Township in Hamilton County is Westfield. So Westfield, median sale price $425,000, which is year over year down by 3.4%. Month over month, it's down by 14% as far as median sale price. Units, 83, those are down by 15% year over year, and up 1.2% from January. There's 169 units in active inventory, which is rising. So units sold are down, inventory is going up. Median days on market's 25. So Westfield is not near as strong as some of the other markets as far as sellers market. It is somewhat affordable at $200 per square foot, but less so than Noblesville or Fishers in terms of the sold price per square foot. And they had another 112 new listings. So kind of a different story in Washington Township in Hamilton County. Then if we switch over to Marion County to see what's going on in Marion County. And so if we look at, let's say, Washington Township in Marion County, Washington Township has a median sale price of $310. And that is down year over year. There are 65 units were sold, which is down year over year. Active inventory 173, which is up year over year. their median days on market are looking good at 9. They have 109 new listings, and it's not all that affordable at a sold price per square foot of 197 versus 160s for Noblesville and Fishers. So interesting look at Washington Township. Let's take a look at Lawrence Township. Lawrence Township is one of those townships that's a little weird because you've got in Lawrence Township, you've got really expensive homes out on Geist and in the Geist area. And then you have really inexpensive homes in the rest of Lawrence Township, primarily in the city of Lawrence. So their median sale price is $289,995, which is up year over year. 79 units were sold. And 115 active inventory, 9 median days on market. So that bodes well for the market in Lawrence Township as far as selling houses quickly. They had 119 new listings and sold price of 145. So very affordable, but that may be skewed a little bit by the low end housing that is part of Lawrence Township. So that could be skewed a little bit on the low end as far as how affordable Lawrence really is. So those are just some numbers. Are there any other areas that you'd like to know about? Speak up. All right. I'm going to take that as a no. So I'm going to stop my screen share. Are you all there? Oh yeah, you're still there. So that's a little bit about what's going on in the real estate market. So it's kind of what's your take on what's going on out there? Do you think it's still the strong sellers market that it's been, or do you think it's evening out? What are you seeing for showings on your listings, things of that sort? Time for you to talk.
I'm seeing it slowing down a little bit unless you have a ranch in Hamilton County.
Okay.
Those unicorns are
Hamilton County still hot. Okay.
Yeah, I've got some buyers that are just waiting for some inventory to show up. There's just not much out there at all.
Yeah.
I know a
So-
ranch that's getting ready to be listed in Carmel, kind of by where Mohawk Hills apartments are. It's that
Yeah.
community that's behind there. Yeah. So although they're going to try to get 475 out of it, I don't think it's worth 475, but
Is that in Newark Village?
sounds right. I don't know for sure. It's not my listing. I'm dealing with it from the mortgage side of things, but I know they're going to be listed. They did list it for like a week in December and then took it down, and then they're going to relist it here in the next few weeks.
Gotcha.
So it's like an older lady, pretty much bedridden, so it's not going to show real well, and it's got a full basement too.
Oh wow.
It
Well,
might even be a walkout basement.
the one they listed for 285 and they're had multiple offers within the first hour. So
This one was they listed it for 425, I think, or 415. They got multiple offers too, and then she declined them all and decided to wait to sell it to get a better price.
gotcha.
Wow. That may not happen. I have a listing in Fishers in Saxony. It's at 599.5, and I've only had one. It's got a main floor master bedroom, 3 baths. It's really nice condition, 3-car garage. But I've only had one showing. It's been on the market now for over a week. So we're going to have to do something, lower the price to see if we can get some activity on it. I may like you guys to come and tour it at some point if you're available.
If you move it to Noblesville, I could sell it.
For
Yeah.
600,000?
Yeah, I got a
What?
buyer for main level master, 3-stall garage. He'll spend 6 today.
Yeah, this has a big basement, finished basement with a bath down there. It's got um, Jack and Jill bath upstairs and another full bath upstairs. And then, of course, it's got the main floor master suite with a bath. And I mean, the house is better than new because it's got window coverings and all of that. And these people were meticulous in caring for that house. Epoxy floor in the garage, 3-car garage.
When did they buy it?
They bought it not that long ago. I'm trying to think when they did buy it. I'm thinking maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
For 450? What'd they spend on it? 450?
380.
380. There you go.
It's a
Wow.
David Weekley home. They bought it from David Weekley.
Uh-huh.
It's a David Weekley home, and I may be off on how long ago they bought it. But yeah, it's surprising.
It looks
So
super nice online. I mean, I looked at it. It's too high for my Fisher's buyers, but it
Yeah.
looks super nice.
yeah, well, we may be coming down. How much I don't know, but
Okay.
I think we're going to have to come down. We're not getting any showings.
Yeah, that's
One
hard.
showings, nothing. The interesting thing is when I did the reverse prospecting for it, um, there were 250 searches that match that property. So that's way more than I normally see, which tells me there's a whole bunch of people looking in that price range that that fits that particular property, but they're not seeing what they want with this one. So,
But like, I guarantee you mine was in that, because that's all the stuff that my guy wants in Hamilton County, but he won't do Fishers.
yeah,
So like that would still show up in my thing and he won't do Fishers. But
okay,
Wow, snobby.
he wants Noble Tucky.
yeah, okay. Well, all right, guys. Anything else for the good of the cause? Any additional questions from you that I could answer?
I had a follow-up question. It might be more for Linda. I think it was her. When Corey Drudge was talking at the real estate, the lunch last week or a few
Yes.
weeks ago, were you the one that dealt with him on the situation where there was money held back to be paid out for some repair after closing? Was that a transaction?
No, not mine.
Does anybody recall? He mentioned something like that. Does anybody recall or who was involved in that?
Well, it seems like what he said was that the repairs had to be made prior to closing.
He did, but he said he had a transaction where sometimes they can hold funds, and they distribute them after closing, like the lender holds funds. It was kind of a caveat to that statement that he made, where it was because it's always been kind of had to been
Yes,
done
I
before
didn't
closing.
catch that.
Do you think he meant that the title company held the funds?
He said specifically well, I don't know who held them, but he said the lender, like Ruoff, chose to release them.
Because
But
I've done a couple where the title company's holding them and we still close, and then the title company disperses the funds that are already
Right.
there.
The
Yeah, and
title company can hold funds in escrow.
Yeah, I've done
right, and
that.
that might have been it. His point was that Ruoff had the say as to when they were released based on the mortgage approval.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
I followed up with him afterwards, and I couldn't quite get the details of that scenario. It was kind of a one-off from what he was really saying, which was
Yeah.
get it done before closing. That was his main point. I was
Yeah.
trying to find out the circumstance in which they held that because it was unique, and I wanted to
Yeah.
know when can that apply. So
Yeah.
I couldn't get down to the bottom of it though. So it sounds like we should just expect repairs to be done before closing in most cases.
Yeah, in most cases.
I have buyers where the roof was so old an insurance company wouldn't insure it. And so they were going to ask the sellers to replace the roof, which is, that could end the deal if
Yeah,
you don't have means to do that after closing, or a
Yeah.
contractor that'll wait for payment till after closing.
yeah.
I still think it's going to be really tough because you can hardly get contractors in there that quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These people ended up getting insurance approval for a roof replacement. So the agent tells me.
Did they just switch insurance companies?
I don't think so, no. I mean, they've only lived there 2 years. I'm assuming it's the insurance company that was on the property, but
Yeah. Keep in
'Cause
mind.
they were going to
you're
deny the
doing-
roof, but he said at least we'll submit it through insurance to see if we get it done.
Yeah.
And then,
You
my
can always
buyers
do
would
a
have to make,
price adjustment in lieu of repair.
yeah, that doesn't really help my buyers put a roof on the house.
No,
So
I know. it
If they're
doesn't.
getting a loan, right?
yeah.
Right.
So anyway, that was what brought the question up to Corey. But then just last night, the agent told me, "Hey, we got insurance approval." So I'm like, "Holy cow! They didn't expect that." So
Yeah. There
You mean
go.
the current seller got insurance to buy a new roof?
yeah, that's what he said.
I follow. I was gonna say it's yeah, that makes sense.
So
Okay. Any other question, guys and gals? Nothing? I'm gonna stop the recording here.